1925. The modern age, the golden era. Safely past the debris of the devastating Great War, and firmly in the height of theatre, of art, and music. The new age. Let us recall a time, not too long ago, where such liberal and innovative views weren't all too popular. I'm sure we're all clever enough to understand and at least sympathize with the ignorance of past generations. Tonight's show illuminates certain past belief systems and practices, many of which now illegal, out of practice, and not usually spoken of. That is, until tonight, of course. We ask you to watch with open eyes, unbiased and undeterred. Yes, it will be shocking. And yes, it is not something to take lightly. But this is a cabaret. And an evening of doom and gloom just isn't worth partaking in. I can assure you there'll be plenty of naughtiness and fun. Now, are there any questions? Are there any profound thoughts? Welcome to Forbidden Fruit, the nouveau review. It's rather lewd and very crude, not for the faint of heart. Portraits of the destitute, we provide a slew. And while uncouth, they told the truth, how will the story start? There are metaphors, keep on your toes if you're smart. Maxims of society are what we reject. Barbarity, vulgarity, celebratory race. The reasons of impiety, we keep things direct. Died on the vine, across the line, that's how you raise the stakes. In the dreams, the fear of the graves. Forbidden fruit, forbidden fruit, forbidden fruit. And I want you to get away by being fresh or risque, removing her negligee. Forbidden fruit, forbidden fruit, forbidden fruit. We gave the devil his due by tasting every taboo in templars of Malibu. Welcome to Forbidden Fruit, Forbidden Fruit, Forbidden Fruit. 1, 2, 2, tea, forbidden tea. He's forbidden tea. And she brings some tea. And he's forbidden tea. Welcome to Forbidden Fruit, 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 Forbidden Fruit. They told you themselves. Consider yourself warned. And now, it's time to start. Half a century ago, things were quite different to how we enjoy them now in 1925. Here we meet the typical middle-class Victorian household. Mother, father, son, daughter, The Richmond family. Anna, Percy, and their mother are finishing breakfast. Father's not yet awoken, but you'll see what happens when he does.
Thank you, Mary.
Thank you, Mary.
Thank you, Mary. Should I bring in the tea now, Mum?
Yes, Mary, thank you. Anna, you have not combed your hair this morning.
I have, Mother.
Do not speak over me. A lady must never answer back. A woman must always brush her hair before she appears in company. To turn up to breakfast in that state is nothing short of insolence.
I am sorry, Mother.
Will Father be joining us for breakfast, Mother?
Yes, Percy will be.
Where is Father?
He had an awfully late evening. Thank you, Mary.
Thank you, Mary.
Thank you, Mary.
He will be joining us.
Of course, Ma'am.
Percy, would you pour the tea, please?
I would rather like to go for a walk this afternoon.
What a delightful idea, Anna. Where might we go?
I was thinking the path behind our house. To the meadow.
The one with the lake.
The very one.
What a splendid idea, Anna. Mother, what do you think?
Anna, would you pass the milk, please?
Mary!
Yes, Mr. Richmond?
Where are the others? Will they be joining me for breakfast?
Oh, well, I'm afraid they've already taken breakfast and are waiting for you in the morning room.
Oh, gosh!
I'm so sorry, Mother. I really am terribly sorry.
I can't take this! My migraine! Oh, Anna!
I really am sorry, Mother.
Mother!
What's going on? You did not wait for me.
You are asleep. We did not want to disturb you.
How dare you assume what is best for me? You will wait whilst I have my breakfast. What is this mess?
I'm afraid I spilt some milk and it's gone everywhere.
Where is Mary? Mary! Children, sit.
Here's your coffee, sir, and your paper, and your breakfast is on the way.
And fetch a cloth for this mess.
Certainly, sir. It really was an accident.
That's enough! Don't embarrass yourself.
When will these bloody Somalian savages see that the scramble for Africa is doing nothing but good? The expansion of the British Empire will benefit us all.
What are the colonies doing in Africa exactly, Father?
I know exactly what you're doing.
Well, they're there to spread the word of the Lord and to inspire the natives to lead good Christian lives.
Listen to me! I know what you're up to.
I beg your pardon!
Let's not pretend that you haven't been indulging yourself in the company of a clumsy harlot. Does she please you?
You insolent woman, how dare you use that tone with me?
Can't you see how this is affecting my nerves? Think of the children. Look at them!
To hell with your nerves!
Mother, perhaps a walk this afternoon really is a good idea.
Yes, it might help your migraine.
Silence, the two of you! Why won't you drop the matter?
I've held my tongue for long enough.
Are you accusing me of being unfaithful
you than this household. How foolish of me to think otherwise!
Foolish indeed! I am your husband, and I shall be obeyed!
You'll crucify me with your words and your infidelity!
Please welcome a very naughty lady. She's fighting for her right to vote. She's the poster girl of the suffragette movement. And yet, she can't seem to keep her clothes on. Put your hands together for Betty!
A lady born with virtue doesn't live sitting still. She won't stop when she's begun just for a run of the mill. She could start a revolution with ladylike style, if not to be versatile. Then a pin-up broad. The chance to true democracy whet the world's appetite, and the suffragettes became a household name overnight. I'm the poster girl defending the feminine vote, but who has the antidote? Looking abroad. I'm suffragette Betty, the pin-up broad. I fight for social change with my social sword. I won't give up my crown until the town has been torn. So keep your eyes on Betty, eyes on you won't fall. Woo! Yeah! We protested the injustice and went on hunger strike. With our master plan rehearsed, we formed the first female Reich, who destroyed all holy temples and each sacred heart, and slashed famous works of art. The pin-up broad. If you won't let little Miss Betty vote, the loss is all yours, because what's underneath this petticoat can instigate wars. Suffragette Betty gets so very sweaty in a suffragette uniform. But if you want to seduce her, be prepared to meet Medusa. She's a woman who knows all about the female form. That pin-up broad. She wanted to live in democracy, so fought the wrought hypocrisy. They wouldn't give in to what she desired, and so she removed what was proved unrequired. I'm suffragette Betty, I'm here all night, and I'm not just a stripper, I'm a sodomite. But they won't change the law unless I'm awfully polite. Don't hesitate to liberate us, you'll see the light. Be assured that I, too, have suffered great hardships. During the Great War, the royal family was awarded the self-same ration cards given to even the poorest of my subjects. Yes, I experienced the same common struggles of the working man. Now, since having dealt with the grievances of our enemies, we live in a time of peace, prosperity, and great tolerance. I pray that the Lord Almighty remains watching over this great nation, and he continues to provide his servants, rich and poor alike. God bless this working gentleman, his children and his wife. Across the pond, I'll meet my lover, a man so debonair and refined. Although naive, we'll live together with every worry and care left behind. I'm queer for you, I'm blue for you, but when you're here I feel sincerely gay. I fear it's true, I'll lose you too. But when I rest, I'll dream of yesterday. I fear it's true, I'll lose you too. But when I rest, I'll dream of yesterday. Yes, when I rest, I'll dream of yesterday.
And so we return to our story. Years have passed. Miss Anna and Mr. Percy have grown up, and their parents are sadly no more. Percy has joined the British Army to help with the Empire's efforts in the colonies.
Dearest Anna, I trust you are well. I write to send my deepest condolences for the recent passing of our dear father. My heart is heavy and my only wish is to be with you to share our mourning. It makes me so sad to think of you in that big old house with only Mary for company now. It must be so very lonesome. We are making much progress in Africa. The natives are finally responding to the British forces and we are now able to build the long-awaited railroad. Despite this accomplishment, it pains me, Anna, to think of you alone in England, now surrounded by our childhood memories. I urge you to join me here. Yes, ideally, I wish to join you in London. However, due to our regime's predicament, I feel I am unable to. The natives depend on me so. We are of the same blood, the same name. Let us keep our familial name strong by joining as one. Please do not let the notion of a primitive and savage land dissuade you. Yes, it is wild, but truly exotic. There is a taste of some untamed culture in the air. I rather think you would enjoy it. I truly believe that I can protect and mentor you now that you are alone in the world. It would be a great honor to watch you blossom by my side. I feel it is your duty to join me here now that I am your sole guardian. Let us live out our destiny by teaching the ways of the law to these savages. Please write soon. It'll warm my heart to read your familiar words. Your loyal brother, Percy.
My dearest Percy, it was a great comfort for me to receive your charming letter. I admit I have been feeling sentiments of loneliness since the passing of our parents, although Mary's presence has made the echoing house less isolating. Indeed, it would bring me great joy to join you in Africa. It seems to me a very strange and fascinating country, despite your concerns of the dangers of the Somalian land. I shared my intentions of leaving with Mary, although she was apprehensive, warning me of the many perils of living with these primitive beings. However, I think this is much due to her aging. She has not as much bravery as you, my dear brother, nor your audacity. I cannot wait to join you in Africa. I will depart from the next departing ship from the harbour. I cannot express my delight to see you again. I cannot wait to see you and be so proud of your achievements and your continual strength. Your loving sister, Anna.
Hello, dear Anna. How was your journey?
It wasn't too terrible. The sea was very calm, although I'm much better now that I'm here with you.
How is the heat?
Oh, I can't bear it.
I understand. It takes some getting used to.
Oh, Percy, look at that flower.
No, Anna, that's poisonous. You had a lot to learn from me whilst you were here.
Well, I understand, but I simply cannot wait to explore this beautiful land.
Anna, I must remind you that this land is savage and certainly not the place for a young and virtuous woman such as yourself.
I'm very flattered by your concern, Percy, but I'm sure I can look after myself.
I've arranged a meeting for you with the priest where you may become a missionary. You'll stay with the church and I will know where you are at all times. You'll be very safe there.
But there's so much to do here, so much to explore.
No, my dear, I insist you comply. I cannot have my only relative wandering off into barbarian villages whenever she pleases, into whatever dangers she may find.
Well, I suppose there must be lots of work to do in the church. If it is God's will, then I must obey.
Here we are.
Dear Diary, I have just arrived in Somali, and I cannot wait to explore this beautiful land. I'm sure there is much for me to discover, many exotic treasures from this untamed country. Unfortunately, Percy has confined me to become a missionary in the church. I'm a little concerned by his rather domineering nature. He has changed somewhat since our last encounter, though I'm sure this is just due to the climate and the many pressures he is enduring with his regiment. I notice where I see beauty, he sees nothing but barren land and despair. I hope this is only a momentary lapse in his judgment. Perhaps if I'm well behaved and understanding, he will allow me to have more independence. Oh, Percy, I've had the most wonderful evening. I met this lovely man.
Anna, where on earth do you think you've been? I've been waiting here for the last 2 hours.
Percy, I was just...
No, Anna, I specifically told you of the dangers of this land, and you have disobeyed me. I can't let you out of my sight.
Percy, they're really not as terrible as you say.
Insolence! Do you have any idea of the terrible things they would do to you? Do you have any idea how worried I've been for your
The
sake?
women are very nice as well.
How dare you interrupt me! I'm simply here to protect you, Anna. I can't bear to think of the ruinous things they would do to you, to a pure, innocent girl such as yourself. I need to know where you are at all times, dear. Safe here, inside the house. Do you understand?
Yes, it won't happen again.
Good.
Up next, a lady grudged, whore and slut by the curator and the critics of the modern art world. Please welcome Peggy Guggenheim in her new ballet, Peggy Guggenheim and the Search for Dadaism. one night only, we've arranged a very special family reunion. Two brothers, separated at birth. Please welcome Charlie Chaplin and his twin brother, Adolf Hitler. Thank you both for coming here tonight. It's a pleasure to have the pair of you with us. But what we're dying to know is the story of your separation at birth. Tell us, Adolf. How did it happen?
My friend, das ist a very, very tragic story. Our mother and father lived on a tiny, remote Mediterranean island. This population was no more than 100 people, say. It was a land of intense poverty, certainly not a place to raise children. But it was the only life they'd ever known. After we were born, our mother immediately saw the immense potential that my brother and I possessed, and sent us out of the island to flourish in more temperate climates. My brother Charlie was sent to Hollywood, where he became a performing child prodigy, and I was sent to Austria, where I was swept up in the artistry of the bohemian lifestyle. A leader's ego is his downfall. The selfless man becomes the sham. A patriarch can try and stand tall, but I make my mark by being calm.
Oh, so you're both in the middle of quite illustrious careers. Charlie, why don't you tell us what you do? I'm not sure I'm following. Are you dumb? Can't you speak? Films? One word. Silent films.
That's correct. After living in England, I was sent to America, where I starred in Hollywood's silent films. What can I say? I just love to make people laugh.
So tell us, Adolf, what have you been up to?
Well, after trying my hand at art, I turned my attention to something a little more political. I've actually just written a book.
Oh, would have to be this book by any
Oh,
chance.
stop with you.
Go on, why don't you tell us about it?
Well, it's called My Kampf, and it encompasses the struggles I have overcome and the adversities I have faced. I want to share with you where I've been, where I am, and where I'd like to go. You could say it's a self-help book, really. Well, that sounds fascinating. I would love to have a read.
Charlie, aren't you familiar with your brother's work?
Well, I've got a copyright here. Why don't you have a read right now? Our comic's timing can't be groovy. The alcoholics are renowned. But when you're in a silent movie, you drink your gin without a sound. Now, I take issue with this book for more than one reason, but you seem to have some very specific ideals of people. Well, as outlined in Volume 2, Chapter 8, the strong man is my destiny.
But what does that mean exactly, Al?
I mean, then, when you see a strong man, you do everything you can to emulate him.
I see.
Well, I don't. Seems to me like you got some kind of agenda. But it seems to me like you are jealous, Charlie. Seems like someone can't handle being the second best brother, if you know what I'm saying. That's Rich coming from an art school dropout. Thought he could take over the world. Oh, thank you, Charlie. I just love getting my advice from someone who falls over for a living. Excuse me, jailbird. I won awards for that. Well, at least I'm not an alcoholic. Well, at least I don't have a crummy mustache.
What exactly seems to be the problem?
This was a terrible idea. I cannot believe that I came all the way from Germany to meet this pillar. But at least we know who the evil twin is now, huh?
so we come to the final scene in our story. Here we join Anna and Percy in the grave situation of deepest Africa.
Dear Lord, forgive me for my sins. I am praying to ask you for your help. I cannot erase these dark thoughts from my mind, they haunt me so. In my dreams, I see my sweet sister in ways that are most unholy, and in ways that I, her brother, should not, must not. I wish it could stop, but I cannot control it. And the more I have these dreams, the more I long to be with her. I have been thinking that I should send her back to England. Her presence here is distracting, and my ability to keep my thoughts chained grows more difficult day by day. Lord, use your power to guide me. I beg for your help. I cannot be responsible for my actions if you do not help me now.
Dear Lord, I fear that I am lost. I am straying from the path which you lay before me. I am growing to have romantic feelings for a strange and native man. Father, I know that it is sinful, but I need you to show me a sign as to whether this relationship should stop. For I am a missionary. I am driven to complete your will for this land. Oh, Lord! I pray for your forgiveness and beg for your guidance to lead me toward the land. Amen.
Anna, I have decided that it is time that you leave and return to England. I cannot have you here under my power, for you do not obey my commands.
You cannot force me. I love it here. I feel my teachings are going so well, and the natives are responding in the most remarkable manner.
Now it is your duty to go home.
No, I must stay.
Anna, you have gone against my word too many times. I have told you to remain within my sight, but yet you have gone to the village without my permission multiple times.
Dear brother, I simply cannot leave.
I have tried to protect you, but your actions leave me with no other decision.
I must remain here. I have to stay.
Why, I ask you?
I'm afraid I cannot say. I fear I have made a grave mistake.
What have you done? Why can you not tell me? I am your brother. You must share everything with me.
I am in love with a man.
What sort of man? A native?
Yes!
This is repulsive. A sin. You do realize that a relationship of that kind is forbidden. It must be stopped. Do you understand?
Percy, I fear it is too late.
I cannot be responsible for my actions. I insist that you go home.
No!
I insist that you pack your bags and leave.
Percy!
Return to England.
No, please!
I insist that you board on the next ship home.
No!
Dear missionaries, I write to inform you of the recent decision to send my sister Anna home at once. She is to be removed of all duties immediately and sent back to England. She is a distraction to me in more ways than one. I trust you to organise all travel arrangements and ensure that she safely reaches back to England.
been consumed by the lust I have for my native man. His primal body calls to me from the deepest depths of his being. Passion flows from him. The way he stamps his feet and dances to the music of his tribe. I must answer his calling. It echoes within me in the most primal sense. I know that a union of this kind is against the Lord's teachings and a sin. However, I feel that it is part of my destiny. I cannot ignore these feelings. We must be united. Blood, body, and soul. Tonight, I will go to him. I go! I go! I go!
I can't stand around and watch those men have their fill of her! If I can't have her, no one can! Can a dead man pleasure you, Anna?
Now, stop right there. I think we've all learned a valuable lesson. But while we should learn from the past, we must remember not to neglect the present. So much has changed. So what would be the point of lingering on depressing thoughts when in the midst of the roaring 20s, or as they say en français, a no fall? A time of dynamism, decadence, and debauchery. We have fast cars, bright lights, and a belief in the green light that tomorrow we will run faster and we will stretch out our arms further. Our women are no longer the Annas and mothers of generations past, but instead bold, beautiful, and empowered flappers. And our men are no longer the fathers and Percy's, oh, dear audience. Don't you see? Mankind has never had it so good. We've done our suffering and dying, and now it's time to live, to enjoy all that the 20s has to offer. If anything, go home tonight excited. After all, what could possibly go wrong now?
They do this dance in Charleston called the Charleston. The Charleston is a dance